Hey everybody, Zachary Bach here. I'm joined by Mike Debelak. Today we're going to talk about another lead generation source, and that is internet leads. This is not my favorite one. I really work on being positive towards internet leads, but the reason that I'm not huge on them is simply because I just don't think salespeople follow up. But I have seen people build incredibly successful businesses out of internet leads. So there's a few ways that you can generate internet leads. Of course, with content creation, you are getting internet leads, and you must be good at your follow up. But let's say you're doing paid leads. I see this all the time. People who sign up for a site where they're just going to get leads, give it to them. That is the definition of an internet lead. Now, maybe you're learning to generate it yourself. Spencer, who's in our group, Spencer's very good at creating leads. But there's one key thing. Well, two really. Two key things for internet lead. One, speed to lead. What is speed to lead, Mike?
It's just as soon as that lead comes in, you got to be on them right away. Hopefully within the first 5 minutes, because they have just clicked whatever ad you're running, or wherever they got in contact with you.
Yes,
you want to basically you're top of mind at that point. Boom, hit them right when they're there, and holy crap, like this guy's on top of his stuff.
That's it, right? Because I don't care what company promises you that there's exclusivity in the leads. These are exclusive leads just to you. They cannot stop somebody from clicking on multiple websites to get leads. And so you have to understand that every lead that you get is a battle, right? You got to earn that business. And just because they ask for information does not mean that you've earned the business. So speed to lead is number one. Number two, follow up. From the normal leads, right? 50% of leads will never even get a phone call. Okay, let that sink in. People pay for leads and 50% don't even get a phone call, right? Of the ones that do, most leads are only going to be contacted 2 to 4 times. Maybe. But it takes on average 8 to 12 times for a lead to make a buying decision. So most salespeople aren't even following up with leads to begin with. They're not calling. The ones that do are only calling a couple of times. And then you have to call 8 to 12 times. And so that's something to take into account. Am I going to text them, call them, and email them consistently 8 to 12 times before these people make a buying decision? And so this is where you have to have a very real discussion with yourself. Talk to yourself. Yes, I'm telling you to talk to yourself, right? Have the discussion. Am I going to do the work? Do you ever focus heavy on internet leads, Mike? Or have you?
Yeah, I have before. And actually, just the story you're talking about right now, the very first real estate deal I ever did was an internet lead, and it was on my 10th contact attempt that I got. And I'm just leaving messages, and my follow up just kind of sticking to the plan, and he wasn't responding. And on the 10th attempt, Finally answered. Like boom, first deal. It felt so good, and like to me that just cemented the whole follow up for like the whole career. Just because my very first one was on the 10th call. And,
oh my gosh!
Like literally, and my plan was after 10 they're off my list.
Yep.
So my last attempt to reach him, and boom, that was my first deal.
And that's it's crazy because that's very common, right? People don't follow up enough, and then they don't get the deals, and they complain about internet leads. My complaint is not that internet leads don't work. My complaint is that salespeople don't work internet leads. And I think it's a waste of money for a lot of salespeople because they're not going to do it. And I would rather see them leverage their sphere of influence, which is a much easier conversation. Now, if you're somebody that is willing to look at this damn phone, and when it pings, you're calling, and you're setting that schedule up, and you're dedicated to your schedule, then by all means, do internet leads. But if you're not that dedicated to your schedule, and you're not going to be consistent in your follow-up, and quite frankly, if you're not organized, because that's one of the biggest things. Mike's way more organized than I am.
You gotta have a good CRM.
Right? You gotta have a good CRM. You gotta have a good follow-up system. Really evaluate, is it worth it for me to spend money on leads? It's not hard to generate leads. It does take consistency to close leads. Okay, so what else you got on internet leads?
Yeah, I was just going to add on to this. As we mentioned, Spencer is really good with lead generation. If lead generation is your cup of tea, there's all kinds of stuff that I've learned from Spencer. Spencer is literally a genius with lead generation. He's like next level stuff. He's got all kinds of mentors and classes he's done with like various chatbots and various things to get you those internet leads. Spencer is really good at this stuff. So if lead gen or online leads is one of your things that you're looking to do, make sure you have that plan in place for the follow up. But definitely talk to Spencer to get a deeper dive on this stuff.
Yes. Do not decide to do it on your own. You're not an island. We see this all the time. People are like, I'm going to do internet leads. And then they just start throwing money behind Facebook ads with no idea what they're actually doing. And all you're doing is wasting money. Chances are we've done it. We've split tested it. We've looked at it. We've looked at what works and what doesn't work. Don't waste your money. Use us for support. Well, I should say use Spencer. I don't generate
Yeah,
leads.
use
Use
Spencer.
Spencer. Use Mike. Talk to those big brains of theirs and say, what do I need to do to generate more leads? Because we will help you do it. But you got to ask for help. We're not mind readers. Ask for help. Okay. Anything else on internet leads?
No, that's it. If you're stuck, we're here. Like on all the stuff we're talking about, we're here to help you guys. So that's the biggest thing. You're not on an island. We're a team. We want to see you guys succeed. So.
Yeah. So call to action. If you're going to do internet leads, set your schedule up for a specific time that you're going to call those leads. You must be consistent. My schedule when I first got into real estate, and I was heavy into calling internet leads, I was at the office every day at 7:45. From 8 to 8:30, I'd call expireds. From 8:30 to 11, I was calling internet leads. All I was doing. And then from 11 to noon, I was calling open houses, people I had met at the store, stuff like that. So, but I had that hour and a half of dedicated time to just calling internet leads. You got to have that dedication. Excuse me, 2.5 hours, not hour and a half. My math is terrible right there. 2.5 hours of dedicated time to just following up. You got to have that time because it is key. Appreciate y'all. Zachary Bach, Mike Debelek, solarprotraining.com. Appreciate you being a part of the team, and I look forward to seeing you grow.